Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pride and Peddlers. We are in a market crash right now, and I definitely wanted to play during a market crash for you all, so you can see that it is definitely not as daunting as one would initially imagine it to be if you've done some pre-planning, which we have been doing, and hopefully you guys have been doing it as well. So, before we get started, again, I definitely want to mention that if you guys haven't joined the Discord quite yet, I'd very much appreciate if you consider doing so. That way we can get to know one another a little bit more, and you can be a part of some cool events that are going to be happening in this coming year. So, with that all out of the way, let's take a look at the current situation. So we are losing out on a lot of money, and that is because our goods are literally dirt cheap. But what isn't dirt cheap are goods that are provided with by not only the Empire, but also of La Corona. It's not as powerful as before, being 300%. That might happen after the fact. So what we actually have a lot of is absinthe. So we are going to be selling all of these, and this has all been coming from Buenacosta's incredible rum distilleries, right? Which I'm going to get underway here in a moment. But also, we've been trading a whole bunch over to Nova Prosperitum. So I do have the Herald right over here. And what I want to do is use the Herald to start selling the absinthe right now, because if we don't do this, then we're not going to be able to keep ourselves afloat. And if we look at the global market price for absinthe right now, it's at 1.3k, so it's not too high up there. And the fur coats are 4.7, so I don't want to be selling the fur coats right now. I'd rather just sell the absinthe, which is pretty okay-ish at the moment, right? Just to get us through this market crash, as it were, and then call it a day. The other thing that we want to do is there are a whole bunch of these little stars in the water again, and normally they've actually been screwing me for the long term. They haven't been coming up with additional gold items, which I don't know if this game has any more gold items except for the 3 that we already do have, being the blending tank, the fur loom, and what the heck's the other one? It's the can one. I don't remember it because I don't care about it. The can seamer, which I just... If the iron mines did not have a limit to them, believe you me, I would have been using this to get some more of the black market goods. This one I definitely have to consider, though, at some point. 100% for the costume shop. It'll be really powerful. But I've been thinking more about the farms, and I definitely want to see as well today if we can get Rio Ralto to a place that we can have a lot more of the corn come out of here, and then find a way to get Arrakis to actually get all these things having electricity, because apparently the turbine ain't doing it for us. Okay, if we could just get like one power plant over here, and for the power plant to actually work with these things, then we'll have so much ethanol, and we can just like make so much more stuff. The rum distilleries would constantly work. Right now they're kind of just like in that happy medium of working and not working, and we can start selling a whole bunch more. We've sold 122,960 tons of goods so far. I am still selling during market crash because, quite frankly, I just don't care for the fact that, you know, we don't have enough money to get from the items. We're not really relying on those particularly. We're mostly focusing on the ones that come from the black market goods, and just to overinflate it, because remember, in order to get the gold, we need to sell 500,000 tons of goods. So we still have some ways to go here. And that's why I do the little skips. I know I sound like a broken record sometimes, but I definitely feel like it's important to just reiterate, because we are getting a lot of new people to the channel, and I'm very, very, very pleased about that. So I want to just make sure that anybody who's coming in now knows what's really going on here, so we're all up to speed. And with the Gorgon over here, what I want to do is I want to sell some more of the rum, because I don't want these distilleries to just stay still. And I think I'll go over to Yauska, because she's kind of... What the hell was that? Why did that happen the way that it happened? Okay, let's go like that. We'll get them to trade right there. And I might actually consider settling it to Isabel. Yeah, maybe to Isabel. That way we can actually have a decent amount actually kept for the long term. So we'll actually take it over to Isabel. There we go. And again, I don't care for the market price value, but what I do care about is how much this dude is actually going to pay for the absinthe, which is coming here on a massive scale, okay? That's a decent amount of money. So we will be able to probably get around 20k. If the next session actually goes into the currency crisis again, then normally it doesn't come with two market crashes back to back. It does tend to change to another negative event, which I consider a positive at this point. So those are some ponchos. We don't really need it, so I'm just gonna go over here and sell it really quick. If you find items like these that you don't even need, just go ahead and sell them because it's gonna help out with the total items sold. So bring it right over here and trade it with her. Boom, that's an extra 20. And what I need to do right now is I'd like to get some bricks and whatnot and get Real Ralto going with these particular corn farms. Now, where should we build them? This is not a bad spot to have them built. We're just going to have to move the lumberjack huts somewhere else. Let's get this one over here. And we'll get this one, like, maybe right over here. Hopefully that'll be close enough to a warehouse in order for this thing to work. Yep, that should be sufficient enough. And we can get the corn farms going. Now, we also do have a sizable Obrera population over here. And that is mostly for this thing. But I want to start downgrading a fair amount of them because how many are we actually going to need for our corn farms? Not too many, actually. That's not bad. I don't have to downgrade all of them, but I will downgrade most of them. Oh, great. That's wonderful. I thought it was here. I saw all those people just march out on the street. Where the hell is this happening? Caldera de Fuego. Interesting. Okay. Well, hope you enjoy this. Why are you upset? I don't understand. Why are we upsetty spaghetti? I don't get it. All right, how much are we here yet? Okay, let's see how much Carl's gonna purchase all this absinthe for us. Because it's always important to tell. I hate the fact that they turn. And I'm also upset that I had to get rid of my great steam clipper earlier. I think that's stupid. And I can't get it back. Unless there is an event that I don't know about. But let's fast forward just a little bit to see how much we get from this. And 272,000 for 200 of that is definitely not bad. It could be better, but it's definitely not terrible. The good thing is that I'm not particularly worried about it, seeing as how, you know, Buena Costa is just coming with so much absinthe that I'm just trading it to Nova Prosperitum as much as possible. And I do have a backup of fur coats if I do need it. So let's go over here to the Caladan. We need to get some of the bricks. I am pretty sure we are full up on timber over here, so I don't really think we need to worry about that too much. Yep, we are good with timber. Let's just bring in a whole bunch of bricks then. We'll bring in 150, because I definitely want to make sure that Real Ralto not only has a lot of corn coming out, but is capable of supplying Arrakis for quite some time, because I don't want to constantly bring over and wait for these guys to bring over corn from Ducal Garino. I really don't want to do that. This is just a short, you know, sail across. And, you know, even right now, it's kind of getting sus, right? I want all of these things built, okay? Every single one of them. That's what? 12? We need 24 of these things built, okay? We want all of this ethanol being produced en masse, and I need a power plant. Some way to get these things to have electricity. This one has electricity, so I'm fine with that. If it actually comes to it, I will remove the turbine engine in here and see what else we can get for instead of that one. But I think for the time being, because we're really trying to focus on the film reels, which are unfortunately dirt cheap as well, and then later on the aluminum smelter, I want to definitely make sure these guys have electricity to them. And there are bauxite mines here, and it's working with every single production chain except for the ethanol, and that's what's irking me to no end. So, where are you at? Okay, let's fast forward this so we can get over here. I'm going to deposit every single one of the bricks in here and just kind of park the Caladan to the side really quick. And let's move the sawmill right over here. because I think this is going to be the best spot to put these corn farms down. And if we were to go over here, this would be the one to do it. Let's get this built like right here. We'll build them starting from here. We're going to need the tractor depot. We're going to need the fertilizer. And we'll just start building up like this. Great. And I don't particularly like this full extent, so we'll fix that up right there too. So these guys will be very, very fast. I think the other ones on Ducal Greeno are around like 6 or 7 seconds. 15 seconds. But this is also without items. I would like to see if I could get a particular item in here that I know I have for Nova Prosperitum that will help a lot here too, being a plow. And that would definitely increase our production exponentially. So I think maybe 4 farms here would be sufficient for quite some time. And if I can get the item, then I know it will be. Let's go and build this. What's that thing in the middle? Why did it just leave a spot open in the middle? Oh, is that a road? That's a road. Outstanding. Outstanding performance from your boy. 100%. We might run out of bricks. I might have to bring some more too. This is 5, but the silo is 10. Okay, so no, I don't think we will. We can actually probably expand upon the depots then in the harbor area. Can you cooperate with me just a little bit? I'm asking for a miracle here. Build that, and then we'll get one more. Gonna be a little on the weird side of things, because we're gonna have to put this here, and then like this right over here. Don't want that at all. Build a road in between. I'm gonna have to put a warehouse over here, probably, and then we'll just extend this farm field to like right here and call it a day. So that's a pretty decent amount right there. There should be enough of the fertilizer coming through, but I'm not certain at the moment. We're just going to have to check it, because now having all these farms and they're going to be working very, very fast is another matter entirely. So let's just get that one upgraded. We don't have any more timber in here, but I'm not worried about that quite yet. Let's see. Is there one that I can move? Yeah, I'm going to move this one for now because I'm not even using it. I'm going to put it right over here. That way they're able to get the fertilizer into that silo and to get this thing working. I'm going to remove the caoutchouc from here as well because I want to put corn. And then the route that's bringing corn from Ducal Greeno over to Arrakis, I'm going to stop that, redirect it, so from Rio Ralto it'll go to Arrakis. Where's the Caladan? It should be like right here. I want to head over to Yauska's port. I think she's the one that had it. I could be wrong though. It's either her or Isabel. It's Isabel. Okay, that's the one that I want. The productivity bonus, that's definitely really good. So we're going to get that, and this is, again, all happening during a market crash. You can see how little I care that this is happening to me right now. And I'm even purchasing aluminum profiles from her, which is wild. Are we close to selling some more absinthe? Like, this is also the thing. They're so slow. But we're not losing out on a bunch. It's kind of just like we're teetering, okay? We're balancing the books, as it were. And we also have plenty of ethanol in here again, so these guys are going to be working constantly and producing more absinthe. So even if we have another market crash after this, I'm more than confident that we can, in fact, make money and constantly sell a whole bunch. So now we're at 124,000. That's incredible. Alrighty, I need to get... So, like, all these crop farms need some TLC. So I'm getting both of these, okay? This one would be good on Arrakis, so... Yeah, I'm getting all 3 of these. And then, where is our trade union over here? Do we actually have a trade union here? I don't believe we do. We do not. Okay, so let's put down our trade union for this island, because when we get those items in here, this island is going to explode with the amount of productivity that comes from the farms. So we're looking at 15 seconds for these. That's going to increase it by what, 85%? That's insane. And you know what? I might actually be able to sell the corn. I have to really expand upon its depot network. Having just 200 in here is not sufficient anymore. It's just not sufficient. So we'll get this one, and we'll get this one. We'll put that in here. And then we're going to take the Master of the Forges over to Arrakis right now. Yeah, it wasn't a substantial change here, but that's also because I bought a lot of items. Okay, so let's take a look-see at the corn farm. The corn farm is currently working at 15 seconds processing time for the corn. And now let's go ahead and put in this steel plow and this balance plow and see what happens. 12 seconds, so it's not like too faster, much faster, but it's still good. It's still good. I'll take it. Reducing maintenance costs and, you know, workforce requirement for that as well. We have one extra obrera here. It's still going to be really good. So even with the sugarcane, it's going to be even fantastic because that's now at 6 seconds. The caoutchouc is working at 12 seconds and the plantains are at 6 seconds. So that's really solid for all of our farm fields. Now, where is that ship? Where are you? Ducal Garino, this one. Okay. We are going to stop this from Ducal Garino. We're going to only bring it from Rio Ralto. I'm going to bring this one down. So we will get a whole bunch of the corn. And I think I'll take the aura off of this and leave the Theseus. Because that should be enough, but we'll see. Did the other one come off? No, that's the wrong one. It's this one. No, it's not. It's this one. Yeah. So the aura did come off of that route. Oops, wrong button. And where are you right now? You are actually heading to Arrakis. So we're going to let the route finish. And we're going to put the Master of the Forges into the trade union right now so we don't forget about her. And this is going to definitely help out when it comes to our aluminum profiles manufacturing process. And how much do we actually need per... We need 40. Okay. I want to actually start with the aluminum profiles because I don't want to really hold back on them anymore. I'm going to do it little by little. So we do have a little bit of our timber in here. So let's go ahead and build one of our warehouses. We're going to get 2 fire stations at both sides. That'll definitely help. And go ahead and upgrade just a little bit of the homes, I guess. We're going to have to do that. Maybe in the front end over here. We're at 75, okay. And let's go ahead and build up the aluminum smelter. So this thing's going to work at 45 seconds with the turbine, but now with the Master of the Forges, we are seeing 37 seconds for some aluminum profiles. So that's not too bad. In the expert campaign, I was able to get this beneath 30 seconds. The problem with aluminum profiles and then going to the sewing machines, for example, the timers are all off. They are abysmal. I hate them. There are ways to navigate around this. I'm not sure if we're capable of doing it on a larger scale, like to the amount that I did there over here. Now that we have this route set up, I kind of want to see about getting a power plant over here. But we're going to need to actually extract some of the oil to get the fuel. And the electricity over here, we're going to need some resources from Nova Prosperitum. If we put this thing right in here, right? Technically speaking, we should be able to get every single one of all of them actually have electricity. It'll definitely cut into this lumberjack hut, so I will move this. Gonna put you right over here from now. And build a road connection too. And I'm just gonna go ahead and blueprint this thing and put it right in here. Because I definitely intend to get a whole bunch of bricks and get these roads paved. That'll definitely help out with the range of this thing. Along with getting one of these really, really good oil fields actually extracting oil for me. So I think this is probably going to be the best location to do so. And I'm going to rely on the fuel from here first before I actually start importing it from one of the NPCs. So let's go ahead and connect this thing up. And we are going to need to get probably some more timber in here first. And I want to imagine that... No, I don't think Buena Costa actually has enough. Let's see. It has 120. I'm gonna roll with it for now. Get some of it just to get this thing up and running. We're gonna need a lot, so... This all together is gonna need 50 bricks, actually. Okay. Instead, I want you to head over to Nova Prosperitum, get the bricks from here. And again, we're lowering ourselves on bricks because we don't have another island that we can source those from unless we go over here to Posadoro, which I would like to. There's 4 deposits on here, which is fantastic. There's also one on Capua. Capua also does need to get to Artistas for the sole purpose of extracting these minerals. And there's a whole bunch of saltpeter works over here that I haven't really worked on. I haven't honestly felt the need to do so. I think we'll be just fine. Zolocorto is also really good. I think Zolocorto might be the one to get the clay deposits actually extracted first, and then we'll head to Posadoro, because this Mesconda is going to be the one for the... we actually have to get... Well, we might be able to dodge this one. I really didn't want to get this island too much on the higher end scale because of just the geography. But Posadoro definitely, because of the oil and the clay. And obviously resources are always fine. Alright, you are bringing in corn, and that should be a decent chunk, right? 203. How much do we have over here? Yeah, see, that's fantastic. A maxed out cornfield right here. This is going to constantly work for us. And the aura has some more corn, so we'll bring this over here. And I think we will bring the aura to Nova Prosperitum down here in order to get some more resources to help out, because the Caladan is the only one that's really capable of being the fastest ship to bring some goods over to where we need it to be. But I think this is working out just fine. I want to get more of these things going, but I'm happy that we're getting the aluminum profiles out right now. And let's actually go ahead and build this small warehouse. And I would like to see... We're going to have to bring in... So this one is going to need 60 aluminum profiles. Pretty sure I have enough over on Nova Prosperitum for that one. But I have to send it in small doses. So with the aura, I think I'll bring in the timber. And with the Caladan, I think I will bring in the bricks and the aluminum profiles. I think that should be the plan. So let's get a little bit closer. Get the bricks. Bring over 100 bricks. And then let's see. Our aluminum profiles, we definitely have enough. Fantastic. And we'll bring it over down here to Arrakis. So where's Aura? Aura's over here. You know what? Head to Buena Costa, because Buena Costa actually does have some timber that it's not using right now. And I prefer that you actually take from here. I want to expand more and build the rest of these rum distilleries as well. The only issue here is that the ethanol production needs to be faster. That needs to be faster, and then the sugar, we need to make sure we have enough sugar coming in here at all times because we can't run out. And it looks like we're just fine when it comes to the sugar. In fact, we have more than enough sugar, so we might actually be way overly producing. It's at 24. The demand is at 20. Fish oil is still 1 less, which sucks, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Okay, Aura, I need you to bring me over at... well, we'll take about 100. Let's take 100 of your timber over here from Buena Costa. And luckily, we'll be going with the wind, so that'll be pretty cool. And we'll bring it over to Arrakis right now. Because we're going to have to also upgrade some of the buildings. We have 50 timber in here already. And you know what? I don't think we have... Oh, we do, back here. Let's get both of these guys up to obreros, which is going to be ideal. If we want to increase the amount of obreros that we have here, I can consider bringing in the tortillas. Because we do have a lot of tortillas on Buena Costa at all times. You know what? The aura is going to be the one to bring it. How about that? And look at that. Positive balance during a market crash. 100% because of the absinthe that we're selling. 100%. Now, incoming, we have an inflation event, which is, again, a negative event, but treat it as a positive. During that, you're going to want to purchase a lot of the black market goods. So what I would recommend doing is getting the fur coats from Carl. This thing is the most expensive. If you want another route or another source, you can also get the pocket watches. They're not too bad, but the fur coats for sure are a lot more lucrative to trade and get more money out of them. What items does Carl have? I never really checked what he has. Those are for all production buildings. That's for steamships. They don't even have any steamships, damn it. Orcero Lucia. I mean, we're already using her. I completely forgot that these guys also have items as well. See, like, the biochemical converter will definitely work out well on Arrakis, too. Yeah, that's not a bad one. The drag saw, I don't know about that one. I don't think it's that necessary. I completely forgot that they all have items. Charcoal kiln keeper, no. Some of these guys actually produce extra goods. I know there's one guy for the clay deposits he does, and I want to definitely make sure that I can use him at some point. All right, which one's the aura? I know Caladan arrived, so that's good. Please, wait, hold on. Okay, that's good. That's good. We just need the timber. So where's the timber at? I think it's here. Because if this is going to work, that's going to be fantastic. Okay. So first things first, we need to get the oil refinery up. That's one. And the second one, we have to get the power plant up. We don't have enough of the obrero workforce, but we can fix that. Let's get the aura to bring in some tortillas from now. Because we have a bunch over here. It's been maxed out for a long time. So let's bring over some tortillas. And that'll definitely help out. More than likely, we're going to have to get a clipper to this route, but it is what it is. And let's fast forward it. That way we can make sure we're getting some in here. Hell, you know what? I'm just going to use the Caladan for the first amount. That way we can see at least the power plant working. It's one little good way of going about this scenario. You can always just fast forward it when you need it. It's definitely not like the expert campaign that we like to look at everything that we're doing. And we'll bring this over, and hopefully we'll have enough people so we can get the... How much do we have in here? Okay, see, like, that's not a lot, but I definitely... Good thing is we're going to be refunded the goods that we put into this. That's fine. All right. Another fast forward, please. Let's see your population rise. Fantastic. That's all I need to see. And we'll go over here and build a power plant. So, moment of truth. This has to work. There's no way in hell this doesn't work. And then we're probably going to have to build a lot more of the lumberjack huts. Because these guys are going to go through a lot now. Alright. Okay, so now it's working. And alright, boom. So now we have electricity working with these ones. So they should be working a lot faster now. Yep, yeah, they are definitely working a lot faster. Very fast indeed. 40 per minute is wild. Outstanding. Okay, so when it comes to the wood, definitely we need to have more. You know what? Build this one, because I'll build some more lumberjack huts around here. That'll definitely be better. I'll just go ahead and fully build them. I'm not going to say in blueprint for this, because I definitely don't want to be running out of timber in this place at all. We have 500 obreros here. This island is definitely going to be big. That's for sure. It already is, but we definitely need to make sure that it stays this way for the long term. You're cutting into that, so we'll bend the road like this. How's that looking now? At 40, okay. So we'll probably just need 1 or 2 more for the amount that we have right now. Let's try with the 1 first. 45, we'll need 2. Got it. Heard loud and clear. And bada bing, bada boom, we should definitely have enough going here. Yep, we'll have a surplus of that. We're getting a decent amount of cotton from all of these. There's a lot of fuel coming out from there. So more than likely, we're going to have to redirect one of the fuel routes over here because I definitely want to make sure this place always is being powered with this power plant. That being said, there's still a decent amount of fuel reserves over here, or oil springs rather. There's a little section over here. There's a little section over here. There's still 1 oil spring over here. It's only got 95 in it, but that's still better than nothing. We definitely have multiple different areas that we can exhaust in order to make sure we have enough going forward. And we definitely have enough corn in here. We have a stable route going. I probably have to put another ship to this. There we go. Plenty of corn coming in from Rio Ralto. We wanted this to happen. Okay, we needed this route to happen for sure. And we have plenty of Abreras in here. So now what we can consider doing is we can go ahead. This is an island wide, but the turbine is. So we're kind of stacking electricity. What we'll do is we're going to expand upon the Honadero workforce because we want to get into these mines and extract the bauxite. We also want to build some charcoal kilns in here so we can expand on this aluminum profiles manufacturing business and really see about getting up into the 6,000s to see what the scooters are all about. Let's see how much we've sold so far. 126,000, almost 127,000. How much of the absinthe do we still have in here? 150. So the Herald has been selling a whole bunch. And that's what's really been keeping us afloat. We did spend a decent amount of money getting those particular items, but trust me, at this point, it's worth it. We have enough money. We have the foundation. We're constantly selling and trading our stuff. So we're working on getting the gold little by little every single episode. In the next one, because we are having an inflation, we're going to buy some more fur coats. And I'll probably do another episode when we get to that inflation so you guys can see it again. But by all means, if you guys have any questions about this scenario, please let me know. It is very fun now that we understand it. That's important. If you don't get it the first time, keep trying. You will eventually understand it, 100%. So, until next time, my friends, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it. Please consider like, commenting, and subscribing, hitting that bell button, sharing it with your friends, and I'll catch you in the next episode, my Rantians.